Okay, so that's the book of Jubilees, chapter 2. So just some commentary there. It's interesting that people ask the question, or some may ask the question, do the angels keep the Torah? Well, this chapter seems to answer that they keep the weekly Sabbaths, they keep the feast days, they do observe the Torah in heaven, because that is a kingdom in heaven. Literally, there's a kingdom in heaven, and that kingdom requires a constitution, and it requires its citizens to adhere to that constitution. They can't be part of that kingdom if they're transgressing the law, which includes a Sabbath. It's one of the big 10. And I want to comment as well on how it says the Sabbath was made. It was made for man. That's what Jesus Christ said. But it also says in the book of Jubilees that Israel is his firstborn son. So if we were to explore that theme, Israel's the firstborn, but God has other children who are not Israel, the other nations of the world, the Goyim, the Gentiles, who are prophesied to also worship and keep the law of God in the millennium, into the future. And we know that the Torah and the way of God was opened up to the Gentiles through Jesus Christ, and also he was a light to the Gentiles, and Paul was the apostle to the Gentiles. So we can see for the longest time, thousands of years, this way was exclusive to the children of Israel, and up until that time where that you can say the veil was torn in two, perhaps. And so now we have access, not just the children of Israel have access, but even spiritual Israel, who are not Israel according to blood, but by faith, by who they are in the inside. So when it says here, the Creator did not sanctify all people, which is true, he sanctified Israel. He didn't sanctify them to keep Sabbath. At that time, I'm going to say, insert that interpretation at the time, but it's now open to the nations now. So that has changed. And it's interesting that people have different opinions on what is lawful, what is unlawful to do in the Sabbath. Should we work? Obviously, no. That's the hard no. That's black and white, explicitly written. Do not work. But as to what is your own pleasure, that can be a gray area as to what is pleasing for one to do. What is your own pleasure? Whereas if we look at the Septuagint translation of that verse in Isaiah, I believe, talking about do not speak your own words. Specifically, it does not say that. It says do not speak a word in anger. But it also says don't do your pleasure as well. So you're doing God's pleasure, meaning we're not doing what we want. Not saying we don't ever do what we want, but we're putting God's will, we're putting what he wants first. His priorities first, as opposed to our own. So that's my commentary on Book of Jubilees, chapter 2. I'll just take a sneak peek at 3. I want to get into the narrative aspect of it soon, because once we get into the narrative, that's really where this ball starts rolling and gets really exciting. So it looks like it's chapter 3 where it really starts, talking about Adam and what goes on there. So I'm not going to spoil it. Just stay tuned. Jubilees chapter 3 is coming up very soon.